This broadcast is presented to you by Mayo Clinic, the #1 hospital in the world.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Al Habtoor Polo Resort and Club here in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, for our first match here this afternoon between Habtoor Polo and UAE Polo to see who's going to go through to our semi-finals on Wednesday. It's crucial here at the moment. Looks like we already have a penalty shootout. Both of these teams having had one goal, one win, one loss. And exactly the same for our next game as well, so it's completely wide open to see who will be having to take the penalty shootout tomorrow morning. So best of luck to both teams out here today. Being some very competitive games indeed, a couple of upsets with Habtoor going for a loss the other day against a finely tuned Chihingiri. Chihingiri certainly came to the party the other day. And so it's all to play for out here this afternoon. And so we go through to a penalty shootout and then tomorrow morning. And then we'll go to our semis on Wednesday. And then our finals, of course, next Saturday for the 17th edition of the Gold Cup in 2026. And we'd like, of course, to thank our sponsors, Bentley Emirates, who have been the official dealer and sole authorised importer for Bentley Motors in the UAE since 1983, operating as part of the Al Habtoor Motors Prestige division. They were the #1 dealer in the world for 7 consecutive years, from 11 to 17, regained that title again in 2019. We'd also like, of course, to our continued support with our co-sponsors. They, of course, being Diamond Lease, is a fully owned subsidiary of the Al Habtoor Group. It was established in 1996 to offer automotive rental and leasing solutions as an alternative to owning and maintaining your own vehicles, serving more than 700 companies and multinational conglomerates operating in the UAE, handling and managing their transportation requirements. We'd like to thank the US Polo ASSN. It's the official sports brand of the United States Polo Association, the largest association of polo clubs and polo players in the United States, which was founded all the way back in 1890 and located in Wellington, Florida. I'd like to thank our media partners, of course, coming to you live on Polo Line. Al-Badia, expat woman. So we're very happy to have their kind support here. And so our two teams coming out onto the field here now. And there you see Salvador Harete just making his way out there with the UAE in their white shirts, predominantly white shirts. Habtoor in their familiar red. We'll go quickly to our lineups here now. And for Habtoor Polo, we have Mohamed Al Habtoor playing at #1. At #2, it is Marcos Toto Solari playing at #2, that is. And at #4, it is Carlos Maria Toli Ulloa. And at the back, it is Bautista Bajuga. 20-goal team, a 20-goal handicap tournament this. And playing for the UAE team, playing at #1 is Her Highness Sheikh Maitha bint Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. At #2 is Lucas Lukin Monteverde. And at 3, Rosendo Rochi Torreguitar. And at 4, it is Salvador Colohorechi. Again, 20 goals, but this is an open tournament, so the Silver Cup we had prior to this, there would have been handicap difference, but not here this afternoon. But in our first, you see up there, up for our Polo Line viewers, we have Billy there sat down with Lucas Monteverde and Lucero walking away, and for keep you up to date with everything within Polo, on Polo Line, on Instagram, it is Polo Line OK. On Facebook, Polo Line Int. If you're watching via Facebook, please drop us a message and tell us where you're viewing from. We'll see if we can give you a shout-out during the game. Don't be shy. And for YouTube, it's Polo Line TV. But of course, to keep up to date with everything here at Habtoor, on Instagram, it is Habtoor Polo Club, and also DXB, Polo Gold Cup Series. To keep you up to date with all the event schedules and the opportunities to win some magnificent prizes here at Habtoor. Our umpires out there on the field are Matthias Paveni and the Prof. Chris Hyde, and our third man being the chief umpire of the HPA, the Hurling and Polo Association, Mr. Peter Wright. And there we have the grooms just keeping the ponies in a little bit more shade as possible. They seem to be keeping themselves, at least the horse's head in the shade, hopefully. And so it is starting to warm up a little bit more. With the chilly spell seems to have subsided here in Dubai. Let's go out in the first chuck. We have Mohammed Habtoor starting off on Macho. Toto Solari starting off on Rossio, with Tolly on Castanuela, Bauti on Lefay. Ahina Shekametha out here on Leona, Luking, Okalchani, Rochi Torigata starting off on Gringa, and Salva on Carlo. Right, the ball's into play, and we're off here in our first match this afternoon. So out of the line-out, comes out with this one here, does Solari. Solari comes away with it, gets around one man here now, just puts that one inside, leaves it now for Tolly. Tolly fits that ball up forward here now. Going up forward to try and get to that, it's going to be Solari, but getting onto that one first is going to be Lukin Monteverde. Lukin will take this one away from the goal mouth here. As always, confidence 7. This young man, 9 goals already, with a massive future in front of him, but it's taken away from here now by Solari, who's really improved and shown some great strength here in this tournament. Looks to try and come in between the players, but he gets stopped and blocked in his play there by Lukin, but manages to keep control of it. He flicks it to one side, and we get a whistle on the play. The question is, did that ball go sideways? If we might be able to see it on the replay. They might have thought that Lukin was blocking him. You can see he comes forward with the play, push it across the back of the horse, and he feels unable to get to that one there. And evidently, we'll start off here now with the ball being dropped down for a penalty 2, a 30-yard undefended penalty in favour of Habtoor Polo. Today is certainly going to be a game of using your wits and keeping your wits about you, but you've got to keep cool and calm. So Bautista Majuga comes up on this lovely mare Lefay and puts that on the way, opening up the account here now for Habtoor Polo. 1 goal it is to Habtoor. So although it's getting a bit warmer, we have a nice breeze out here, which is a thank for the horses and players, I suppose. So umpire bowls the ball back into play once again. Looking to get it out the back of the line out, it does, but it's a little bit grubby, trying to get onto it there, and Salva comes in and spoils the player Bauti, but he comes away with it once again. Does Majuga, but quickly back onto him there is Lukin. The ball drops down, tries to flick that one away out to the side, does Salva. Salva avoids the hook there from Tolly and comes back onto it and takes the ball at the top of the bounce here now. After a bit more from the pony here now, and looks for the next shot here. Will he go straight in with the next shot? Yes, he does, and he fishes it in there towards the goal, but it just goes across the face of goal and out wide. So good attacking play there by the UAE. And so the ball's on the back line, and for our Polo Line viewers, if you haven't already downloaded the app, Polo Line TV, to keep you up to date with everything within polo, interviews, previous matches, live matches, I'm quite surprised. So Bauti brings that in, goes under the neck at a cute angle behind Lukin out here now for Tolly. Tolly being shadowed there by Rochi Torigata. Torigata keeping the pressure on, goes with the first time play and lost that one up here now for Solari, but it's picked up beautifully on the near side by Salva. Salva takes it on the stick side. Beautiful, skillful play there by him. But first to get back onto this here will be Ulloa. Ulloa takes it deeper. He's being pressurised here now by Rochi Torigata. Looks to check up and come back inside him. Manages to do so. Tolly changes that angle of the line of the ball a little bit so Bauti can get on. They're very sure about doing that because a couple of times they leave it behind. They get picked up on it. And there it is, coming through. It's Lukin Monteverde who's coming to steal that one in here now. Lukin gets flicked away from him here on this one. And we get a whistle on the play. And he's coming forward, and you've just got, you see, Lukin for the replay. Comes off the boards here now. As he comes off the board, Tolly just finds himself a little bit in the way. And it looks like this is going to get moved up forward here now. You can see clearly for our Polo Line viewers on the drone. Already we have players looking to change. Are playing the first 3 minutes, taking these opportunities as much as they can to recycle and keep these horses coming round. And you see Lukin was just teeing that one up, but it looks like he'll quickly now go and change. And the changes here, we've probably got Mohammed getting on to Cicatriz, Cancion for Toto, journalist. I think it'll probably be for Toliuja and Bauti, and Jama. And for Her Highness to get changed onto River, Lukin, Rhapsody possibly. Rochi will come up on Gemma, and Salva changed onto Luxury. Although I get given the list, some of them will only give you the first 3 or 4 horses, which they're going to start on, and everything else tends to be spare, and depending on how much they played them, they'll keep recycling them around. And so, just waiting here now, and players called by the umpire. And it is Haurechi to bring in here now. He's got a monster hit on him. He's only got to go 60 yards. He wants to put it over the top. Pony just coming back at him, losing a bit of momentum. Doesn't get quite the shot he wanted, but stopped beautifully there by Mohammed Habtoor. Taking it away here now, and Cicatriz gets half hooked off out of it there by Lukin, and taken on now by Torre-Guitar. Torre-Guitar loses that one there, in onto that one, working hard on it. There does Tolly. Tolly tries to get that through, but he feels he might have been blocked, but nothing to do about it as Lukin sets sail forward. Sorry, it's actually Rochi setting forward here now in towards the goal. Rochi, Torre-Guitar, blow past here now, and Torre-Guitar looking to open it up here now for UAE, and does so well. So 1 goal apiece it is. Mohammed saved the penalty, but just between them, they couldn't clear it away from the danger zone. It was brought back in again. And a good goal there by Torre-Guitar. And so the two teams lining up once again, changing ends. Ball back into play. Into play it is. Looking to get onto that one there is Solari. Goes with the next shot, fizzes that through to get onto this one here. Will be Bautista. Avoids. No, he did just get tagged in that hook there by Torre-Guitar, and it's left for Lukin. Lukin opens up a little backhand there this time. Tries to get up to Torre-Guitar. Nice play, but didn't quite have the length on it. And it's sent back into the danger zone once again. So Salva takes the man, sends the backhand up the near side here now. First round up onto this one here. Torre-Guitar goes near side with Bautista there with him. He goes well, gets the power past the play. Does Torre-Guitar. Torre-Guitar coming back is Bauti. But it's Torre-Guitar, he's got the legs, the horse is running well, gets in front of goal, and Torre-Guitar's looking for 2 back-to-back goals, but he's gone wide! So Torre-Guitar got all the way nearly up the field, and he comes forward here now, and it just goes wide. Ay. So the ball's on the back line here for Habtoor to bring back into play at the Villa end, and brought in quickly there by Tolly. Out there for Bautista, who was just quickly changing. Puts a nice weighted pass. Puts it back out there for Tolly. Solari's gone forward. Mohammed's gone forward. He just tucks back inside here now and gets in behind the players. Being marked closely there by Torre-Guitar. Got a big task on his hand because Joe is very powerful indeed and played some really good polo here this season, as well as he did during the Argentine Opens. And a little backhand there. Plenty of room. Lukin looking for something, but you could have had a bus and a cup of tea as well in between him getting onto that play. So there's no point complaining about it. So the ball's placed on the back line here as unfortunately the attack ended up going wide. It all might be all a little bit tense. It's all to play for out here. Goes for the little next shot. Swept it nicely there, did Valti, but it just didn't quite find the goalpost. And so Salvador Harichi brings it into play here now. Salva pushes that one out towards the Villa side. Out there for Torre-Guitar. Torre-Guitar comes diamond pattern, puts it back up the middle of the field here now. Trying to get onto this one here will be Lukin, but backhanded out of there by Solari. Solari's backhand sends Torre-Guitar back to go and pick up and tidy up and set up an attack once more. Flips that pony around beautifully and sends it up forward up the middle of the field here now. Looking for Salva. Just falls short there of Mohammed. Comes in with a hook, and it's a beautiful play there by Toliujoa. Hooks him and then gets back onto the play. Picks it up, takes it forward, draws the man in, plays a backhand, but unfortunately for him, it comes off the pony there of Haurechi. And Haurechi going forward here now. just couldn't quite carry it on forward. Bit of confusion there between the players, and it's now picked up by Torre-Guitar, and Torre-Guitar takes it forward, but it's just flicked away from him there by Bauti, but he gets managed back onto it once again. Does Torre-Guitar? He's getting swamped on there by a swarm of red shirts, and it looks like it's going to be. Salva's picked that one away. No, Bauti it is, rather. Takes that one away from the danger zone momentarily, but turning back in towards the goal here now is Salva. Gets clipped on his way through, he thought, and he goes with a little backhand to try and fizz that in. Nothing coming from it. And the umpires have blown the whistle. They're playing a little bit of advantage, possibly. So let's see what they have to say about this one here. You see him coming through, but no, it's just before that. And so, just quickly changing again, getting on some fresh legs as he's up that end of the field, does Haoreche, and the ball's going to be dropped down here now for a penalty 2, undefended penalty in favour of UAE. Umpires trying to see if a little bit of advantage would come. None comes, so they bring it back. And the players have to be a little bit careful about appealing for these fouls with a helicopter, with their mallets. So Salva comes in, drops the mallet down, puts it away, through the goals it is. And another one on the board there for the UAE. Making now 2-1 in favour of the UAE. And it looks like they've all decided, well, there's not enough time to get back for the throw-in. And so we'll just wait here now for the Hooter to go as the players go to the respective camps to change ponies before we come out for chukker number 2. And you can see just coming off there is the UAE on screen for Polo Line viewers. And whilst they go and change, we'll quickly go to some messages, some adverts, and some highlights from Polo Line. So welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers. You've got a view there of Luquin Monteverde just coming back on screen. Scheduled to come out Mafiosa. And Her Highness out on Hiega. Orochi on Galarina. And Salva out on Cayena. Mohammed scheduled to come out on Salvador. With Toto to come out on Flora. Tolly on Reina. And Bauti to come out on Sibi. So 2 teams back to the middle of the field. On the far side from us at Polo Line by the Villas for the first 3 chukkers. So the field's cleared and they'll just line up here now. Jeldy. And so the 2 teams line up. And ball bowled into play. Clean out the back of the line out. Coming onto it, Tolly just couldn't quite pick that one up and trying to get back onto that one there is Salva, but he just gets beaten. He thought he could get onto it, but whipping Sib around really quickly was Bauti Berjuga claiming that line. So, of course, all of you viewers will know you may enter right away either side of the line of the ball, provided you do so safely, and at right angles just isn't quite safe enough. unless there's enough distance, and certainly not there. So it is Bautista to bring it in. Bauti taps it up forward, up there to Lukin. Sends that one up, looking to go straight over the top, trying to get up there for Solari. But first onto it comes Torreguitar, gets the backhand, tries to pick it up now, does Lukin, but it's picked up here, though, by Salvador. Salvador takes it forward, sends a backhand, looking to open it up here now. Couldn't quite get onto it, Kudrochi, because he got hooked off out of it, but it's sent up once again. You see he looks, then goes back, goes to the man, looks to flick that near side. He's got Lukin coming through at pace as well, but coming to take that one away there from Lukin. He plays the near side play, allowing the red shirt in onto that one there, and he goes in with a hook, but it just comes away from him. Once again here does Solari. Solari, the two junior players of the pros, Solari and Salva, have been instrumentally strong in all of their games, and coming onto it is Salva once again with a good backhand out here now for Lukin. Lukin tells Rocci to go up forward. He takes the ball on the bounce and sends it forward. He takes the man away, allowing Lukin to come forward, but Joe is coming back at him and goes with a little flick shot, and it's flicked again and backed out once more and taken away richly from the line there by Habtoor Polo, and now released and sent up forward there by Bajuga. Up here now for Mohamed Habtoor on Salvador. He got a little bit left, comes over onto his near side, picks it up a little bit further, but couldn't take it much more than that, and it's now going to be Torreguitar gets the backhand in behind the pony. Nice play, but it's picked up here now by Salva once again. They're looking to run and play some nice open running polo here this afternoon, which is good to see. And you see Bajuga looking after Lukin, allowing Tolly to go back and gives him a little bit of luxury and space and time, but it's not long before Salva gets to him as well, as he turns and finds his new nemesis right there in front of him. And he keeps this ball moving forward and gets told to play it. Play it he does. Sends that one out towards the Villa side, looking for Solari. Solari checks up in there, closely marked by Torreguitar on Calorina, this lovely little grey. He just goes over the top of that one then. It allows Torreguitar in onto it here now. Torreguitar going goalward bound and taking this opportunity. You've got Lukin leaving the field of play to change ponies, and you've got Torreguitar got time just to settle this down and just stick a ball this all the way home, and says thank you very much indeed for goal number 3 on the board there for the UAE. You can see just on the replay the finishing touches, but just a super mare there of Torreguitar's this grey Calorina. And so it looks like we have a free change going on. And so players coming back out onto the field. Of course, if the weather does get a bit warmer, it's over 29 degrees, then they will opt to give the players a free change. And you can see for our Polo Line viewers, the Blocket, the innovation in equine protection, to protect the horse's head, the temple, and the pole. And then the Palenque of UAE with Lucas, Lucero, Billy, and Petilou. So, ball into play it comes. Out the back of the line out. Lukin takes it forward, sends an open backhand. Nobody from his team to get onto that one there, but it's backed out once again here by Solari. Out for Ulloa. Ulloa comes forward, captain of the Habtoor team. Flicks that one up forward once again, looking to take on Torreguitar. Goes with a good long shot and puts that one forward, but the first home onto this one is going to be the white shirt of Lukin. Lukin takes it away, jiggles and bounces that ball on the end of his mallet, and just checks up with Bautista in there with him, so he just avoids that man and avoids Solari as well, and sets sail up the field once again and takes that ball up here now. He's looking for a little bit more wood on that to get it up, but Mohamed comes in, thwarts that attack. But you see, just anticipating well, does Lukin Monteverde. Lukin goes in onto the play, but he gets hooked off out of it, but we get a whistle on that player. Solari came in with a hook. Was it the hook or was it the man in front? Let's have a little look here now on our replays. Lukin comes forward. He's trying to come forward. Maybe he thought Tolly was in his way, which held him up, which allows Solari in to get the hook. And it looks like we have Her Highness just quickly changing. And so we'll now go back to a penalty 4. A 60-yard penalty it'll be. In favour of UAE. So, Aoreche to tee this one up. With the Highness is changing onto Lucha. So Salva coming around here now. Comes up to this again. He doesn't quite get under it. It's gone wide. Wide to the right-hand side it is. Maybe it's just a little tight. And so we get a whistle there from one of the umpires. And it looks like Balti's going to have to go and change his pony. Maybe got a little bit of a knock in a previous play. So the umpires have just called for him to change it. And so Balti quickly changes and back to bring the ball into play for Habtoor Polo. Brings it forward. Staying close there is Tolly at this point in time. Now makes a darting run. Pushes that one out wide. Taking it away there from Lukeen. Gets over in some nice open space. You see Lukeen sticks in there with Balti. Coming over for Tolly is Haorechi. Brings it off the boards. Coming in behind is Bautista. Looking for something there. We end up getting a whistle on the play. Just drawing the player in onto that one there. We can see on the replay as Tolly brings it off the boards here. Comes in and possibly Haorechi just got himself infringing a little bit. And so this will be moved up here now for a penalty 60-yard penalty. In favour of Habtoor, being teed up by Bautista. It looks like every opportunity that they get to do so, the players are changing. So Bautista Majuga comes here, gets under that one well. Is it straight enough? But no, it looks like it's drifted to the left-hand side, and wide it is. So the score in Chukka number 2 remains the same. 1-3 in favour of the UAE. And it will be Haorechi to bring it back into play once more. Haorechi. Gives that ball a ride, and it's going to end up stopping about the halfway line. Oh, but no, it didn't come off the boards. It hopped out over the boards as Lukeen's trying to get to it, so the ball will be dropped down for a free hit in favour of Habtoor. Not wasting any time there is Majuga, and he fishes that one forward, looking for Solari. Solari trying to get onto it, looks for the one-time play to try and drag it forward, but under a lot of pressure and couldn't quite get onto that one cleanly. Was looking for a bit more angle, but it pushes it wide across the goal mouth. And so yet again, Haorechi back in to bring the ball into play. Haorechi. Comes up, gives that ball another ride. He's skied that one, and it's going to drop down in front of all the players. Looking for it is Lukeen, but he's been well looked after there by Tolly. Tolly loses sight of it slightly, but Lukeen comes up with the spoils and comes away from Majuga. Goes one way, comes the other way. Going to try and weave his way through the traffic, but he flicks it off here now for Torre Guitar. And we can probably see that some very quick thinking there by Majuga, if I was right. See, the ball just gets flicked under the belly. And you see, Majuga's trying to get to it, so he's half stopped trying to get to the ball, and Torre Guitar is at 90 degrees to the line. So just a slight pause there whilst the shoe is removed from the field. And we have a spot penalty here in favour of Habtoor. Majuga takes it forward here now. Goes under the neck with that one there. Falls a little bit short of Tolly, but he's going to have to go on his near side, trying to get in there. Nice flick there by him, keeping it away from Lukeen. The 9-goaler for the UAE. Sends it up, does Majuga. Majuga sends it up for Solari, but it's going to be Torre Guitar. Torre Guitar gets up onto this one here now. Torre Guitar on the play, trying to find a way forward. His players just have to clear off out of the way, and he has to make a move with this ball. Does so and sends that one up forward out into open space, but the only one to pick this one up will be Majuga. Majuga on the play here now. Checks up Lukeen. Shadowing, marking him closely, keeping Lukeen pulled in tightly there, and unloads it once again up the field. And this time it's out here now for Faslari once more, and he goes onto that one there and blasts it wide, and allowing Salva to get onto this play here now. And Salva comes in, gets hooked, but it's tidied up well there by Torreguitar, and Torreguitar making sense of it all here now. Torreguitar coming up the field. Torreguitar comes back forward here once again, goes with the long one, just tops that one, but leaves it for Salva coming back in on his near side, but he couldn't get that cleanly, and it's going to be Tolly. These two having a right old tussle on that ball, and first to come away with it here now as they cancelled each other out is Bajuga. Dummies the backhand, comes off the pony, and it's left now here for Lukeen once again. Takes it away there from Tolly. Lukeen Monteverde dancing around in behind the horses here now, finds a little bit of space, comes wide and brings the ball to the left a bit more. Now he goes right, tries to come between the players, and we get a whistle on the play. So, is he trying to be too clever, or was that a clever play? Let us see where we're at. I mean, undoubtedly a very clever play. But there he comes in between. And comes in between the two horses. He collides with the back of Bautista's and in front of Tolly as well. And you can see here on the replay here now. Great stick work here. And just runs across the back of Bautista. And so the ball's placed down here now for a midfield penalty, penalty 5B. Here in chucker number 2. 1-3 is the score. 7 minutes to play. So, Bautista just teeing this one up. Bautista up onto this here. Just taps it and brings it forward. Tolly still staying fairly stagnant at the moment. Goes under the neck with that one there. Nice pass up there for Tolly. Going across to him there is Torreguitar. The first two to goes. And it is Torreguitar possibly going to come up with this here now as he gets a bit of a tussle. And we hear a cry of anguish. And that there will end. Checker number 2, ladies and gentlemen. The score being 3-1. Tolly going up to him, of course, just to apologise, and no malice, nothing personal in it, but unfortunately just think he's got a horse's bit in his hip bone there. And so, ladies and gentlemen, whilst the players change, we'll quickly go to some adverts and messages from Polo Line. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our Polo viewers. We just see the end of that there. It looks like Tolly came in, gave Rochi a bit of a touch-up and let him know he's here this afternoon, which I think he already knew anyway. And so the players coming back out in the field, if we can clear it, please. There's a shot of Bouty coming out here now. Bouty is supposed to be out here on Dewey, and Tolly out on Open La La Long. Toto on Luna, and Mohammed due to come out on Mafalala. Highness due to come out on Amaya. Lukeen on Rouletta. Rochi out on Kacha. And Salva out on Chispita. And so the ball's been moved up here for a midfield penalty in favour of the UAE. Being teed up there by Salva. Let's have Habtoor tie back. So Salva Harechi. Comes up to this. Lukin's already gone up forward. Lukin staying medium, and it goes with a long one here now. Ooh, and he doesn't quite get the cleanest he wanted out of that one there. So Rochi turns back, kicks it up here now. Comes away from one man, gets past two. Torreguitar head down. He's got his nose to the ground, and he's going in towards the goal. It is, and through the goal it is by Rochi Torreguitar. Making 4 goals it is now for the UAE. You see, when Torreguitar puts his nose down, he hunts that goal out well and puts it away well. So back to the middle of the field once again. Out the line, out it comes. Trying to get onto it is Bautista. Bautista looking for something is Salva, but not enough room. Sends that forward here now, looking for Solari. Solari wanting one here now. He's got Lukin coming one way. Comes in, goes with his first time play in towards the goal. It's going, and through the goal it is there for Toto Solari. Good, quick one-time play. I mean, Lukin was hurrying back to get the hook in, but just got forward and got a beautiful goal there. Just sneak it inside that post. But that'll do nicely, thank you very much indeed. And 2 goals it is now for Habtoor, 4 for the UAE. Ball back into play. Out the front line, out it comes here now. And we looks to try and get onto that one there. It goes out a little bit wide. Joshua looks after Lukin, comes round near side. Once again, gets back onto his stick side. Goes the other way. Oh, and he's left it behind, and Lukin's allowed in there. And Lukin going forward. Bauti's coming back at him hard, but Lukin just has to check up on that play here now. So he's got Bautista and he's got Tolly there with him. Going forward for a little bit of a pass if possible, but he checks up and goes for a little spin round the roundabout and sets sight towards the goals and puts it in towards the goals here now. But it's going to get shadowed out over the line there by Ushoa. And so Bauti will just tee this ball up. Or just bring it in play where it should be. So Bautista brings it forward. Brings it up there to Lukin and cuts this one out here now towards the Villa side for Tolly to come on to. Tolly Ushoa. There's enough time for Lukin to get back to him, so he plays a little flick backhand near here for Bajuga. Bajuga under an awful lot of pressure there from Salva. Couldn't get the backhand. Coming in and stealing it though on the stick side quickly there was Salva, but it's now picked up by Bajuga. Bajuga once again onto his near side, onto his stick side again. Bajuga coming forward, couldn't pick up the bouncer, just flicked away there by Salva. And next onto this here now will be Lukin. And it's left here for Torreguitar, who checks, turns, looks to come back, but quickly sighted back onto the play again as the ball flicks out to the side and sends a backhand out there for Salva. Salva Haurechi on the move here now. Salva Haurechi being shadowed there by Bajuga, checks up on the play. He's got Lukin coming in behind to look after Solari as he takes it forward this time. Looks to unload it, but it's up and it's down, but hasn't quite got the distance he was looking for. Couldn't pick up the next one, but in comes Lukin. He manages to do so. But he just gets half hooked off out of it, but managed to come up with the spoils, and goalward bound it is once again here now for UAE. Looks to cut that one in through the goal, and through the goal it is. The goal number 6-5 on the board there by Lukin Monteverde. As you see on the view there, Lukin quickly hopping from pony to pony. And the umpires have given them a free change, I think. So they'll go over to the far side. They'll count it down for when the ball should be thrown in, of course. Then they'll blow their whistle. It'll be over on the Villa side for the ball to be thrown in. And Lukin actually changes at one end, goes and hops down to the other, deciding he wants a different pony. And there you see Torreguitar coming back onto the field, as does Our Highness. Mather on Sura. So two teams lining up here now. Ball gets bowled into play. Out the line, out it comes. It's going to be Torreguitar, and he didn't quite get enough on it as he wanted to. It's here foul for Bajuga. Bajuga goes with the driving shot and sends that one up forward. Going to go back for his Torreguitar, but under pressure there from Yushoa. Yushoa just checks up to see what he's going to do with it. Goes around the corner. He left it behind and it allows Tolly in. Tolly comes, trying to come across onto it, but Salva running down that line. Just securing it there for the UAE. See on this replay here now. Thank you, Polo line. Once again, comes across, but you see also coming onto it with more right to that line. The umpires decide, and so therefore we have the spot penalty here in favour of the UAE. It looks like there's a bit of a attack issue there with one of the ponies of Lukin. Some back boots or something on, which the pony not liking. And so it will be Salva Herechi to bring it in here for the white shirts of the UAE. So players called. Herechi taps this up forward here now. Goes under the neck with that one there. Good pass for Roger to run onto, does so, gets up past Bouty on that play there. Nice linking pass, allowing the player to run onto it rather than losing momentum, allowing the opposition to get to him. And it is going to be Rochi Torreguitar coming forward here now. Takes one on, little show and go, but the ball comes off the pony, shutting down hard. Istalari turns it and takes it away here now and cuts that one out wide. He hears a little quick call there from Tolly Yushoa, who gets onto this one. Whoa, didn't get onto that one there. And it's now going to be Torreguitar just to shut things down and settle himself, establish himself on the play here now, looking to set it up. He's got Yushoa in there, putting the pressure on. So he pulls it round, faces back towards the goal and sends it out towards the left-hand side here now for Salva to get onto. But too much for Salva, and it's now going to be picked up here by Bajuga on his near side and goes deep with that one. And now onto the stick side under the neck he goes for it, comes off the player, and it's going to come. We're going to whistle on that there. Looks like Salva might have just copped that one there. Not sure. There was fortunately not as much momentum on it, but it could well be into his arm. And he copped one in the arm the other day, the same one, so he's not happy with that. And the ambulance will come up to see him for hopefully a bit of the magic spray. Salva Herechi on the ground. He got battered on that arm the other day. The other day was hard, so I'm sure it's still smarting somewhat. And so, as I said, we'll just go have a little bit of a break here now whilst they attend to Salva, and hopefully you'll be all right to continue on, of course. Tough for these boys. And so, as I said, we have next coming up here, our next match is Bangash Polo versus Chihingiri. We will have Hunt the Gold coin, about 7,000 dirhams per coin, with tickets from the Pearl, pool access for 2 here at Al Habtoor, riding lessons for 2 here too, a stable tour for 4, vouchers for El Pastayo, for Matia Nasik, and also for Selisa. So welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers, and on shot there you do have Salva just trying to get his arm moving again. Very difficult man to try and substitute in this team. So, as I said, the boys are tough. He's going to have to grimace this one out as he looks to get mounted up once again to get on with chucker number 3 with 2 minutes left to play, and the score 5 goals it is UAE, 2 to Habtoor. He'll certainly be hoping that the adrenaline will overtake the pain. We'll probably get a bit of ice or something on that during the half-time too. And so we have here now on the replay, Bouty goes for the next shot. I mean, though Bouty didn't look to put much venom in it, it's about the timing, and he certainly must have clocked that one well, because he's given Polo a right good thumping. And so players just congregating once again from where the foul actually occurred. And so there's a bit of a chat going on from the umpires too. Maltese there. And he has actually been given a yellow card. And the ball will be placed down here for a penalty too. An undefended 30-yard penalty to be taken by Salva. So players called. Salva Herrera just brings the pony almost down to the halt. And then just drops the mallet down onto it, but it's gone wide. So that arm is still certainly smarting some. It would have been sweet, but not to be. So the score remains the same, 5-2. And it'll be Bautista Majuga to bring this one in here now. Bauti keeps this ball coming forward. Tries to tie Luke in as much as possible. Gets a good shot across the field here into space, but first covering it well there is Torreguitar. Torreguitar onto it here now. Goes to play the ball. In comes Tolly, steals that one away, picks his pocket beautifully there, does Yeshoa. Yeshoa on the move here now, getting away from Torreguitar. Yeshoa up the field here now, picks up the bounce, he's a little wide, can he take the bounce again, and under the neck he swoops it, but it just whips past the right-hand goalpost. And a couple of cries of anguish, as you could well imagine. Needed that one. So Salva to bring it in off the back line here now. Salvador taps it up forward here. Pulls a man in, cuts that one out wide. Out there for Lukin. Lukin on the play, goes forward, does Salva. Salva and Rochi, both gone forward. Tries to go under the neck with that one there, but just tops it a little bit and allows Tolly in onto it. The next one onto it will be Salva. Goes to the backhand, puts UAE back into attack once again. And trying to get over to that is Tolly, but we get a whistle on the play. Have a look there on the replay. Of course, there's a lot of tittering going on that. The backhand comes in, and you see he's just... And they're looking for a blocking foul, possibly, but they've gone to the third man. Because they're not really, was he slightly in front? Was he blocking? But a long way off the ball. And so the ball's going to be dropped down here for a free ball in favour of UE, who are in possession of the play. So Salva Herrera come up onto this here now. It's more than in reach for a one-time play, but let's see how he's feeling. the salvo to bring it back into play. Aureci comes up. Looks like he's going to go long. He's going to have a crack at it, and he sends it in. It gets cut out there by Tolly, though. And it's now picked up by Bajuga. Bajuga on the back there and sends it forward here now. Out wide nicely there for Tolly, but coming onto it is going to be Salva. But in doing so, he just might have infringed him, and he's shaking his hand up in the air, just thinking, no, it couldn't possibly be. But let's see what the umpires say. Let's have a look on the replay and see where the line was. He does come in fairly acutely. He tries to go near side, but as Tolly's coming directly up that line. But it looks like actually it was a previous play. There was a blocking foul gone on. So eagle-eyed, these umpires have to watch everything. What's going on off the play now rather than on the play. And so there was a blocking play, and this has been brought up here now for a 5B for Bautista Bajuga. Bajuga on the play. Brings it forward here, just behind Lukien. Coming in behind, though, is Tolly. Comes forward, takes Lukien on. And we get another whistle on that play. As Bajuga tries to come forward, we can see on our replay, for those watching on Polo Line, and he's just maybe not quite shoulder to shoulder, maybe coming in different speeds. Of course, we end up with a foul here in favour of Habtoor. And a penalty 3, a 40-yard penalty in favour of Habtoor. 5-2 is the score, being pretty quiet here in this chukker. Before we go into the half-time break. So Bajuga to come round here now. Aureci is coming across, but it is going to be Bautista. Bautista out of reach and straight through the middle there for Bautista Bajuga. A lovely exhibition there for a penalty 3 by Bautista Bajuga. And puts that one straight through the goals, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the score to 3 goals it is now for Habtoor Polo. 5 for UAE. And the hooter goes before the players can possibly get back for a roll-in. And that there will end. Chukker number 3, ladies and gentlemen. 3-5 is the score as they go into the half-time break. And so umpires will change as well, and they'll be back shortly to get Chukker number 4 underway.
Ni hablar, la verdad que Dubái se está poniendo cada vez más bravo año a año y sí, es muy difícil ganar y bueno, pero bueno, hoy se nos dio a nosotros. Con Gantul la verdad que tengo una relación de muchos años, así que estuve ahí mucho tiempo y nada, son muy conocidos y la verdad que jugamos más amigablemente que tanto con los chicos que están adentro y toda la gente en la organización, así que, pero bueno, hoy se nos dio a nosotros, como te decía. Estamos jugando, cuidando en Arabian Ranches, así que sí, hacemos todo lo que se puede para llegar bien al partido. Hay veces que se gana, hay veces que se pierde, pero siempre tratamos de pasarle lo más cerca posible, ¿no? De hacer todo lo mejor que se puede con los caballos, con nosotros y tratar de llegar al 100% para cada partido. Y es muy difícil acá, muy difícil llegar a una semifinal, ni hablar a una final y ni hablar de ganar una copa. Nada, hay veces que necesitas un montón de cosas que por ahí están a tu alcance y cosas que no, de factores que no, por ahí, no sé, salta para un lado, salta para el otro, que nada, la suerte del campeón, como se dice, siempre la necesitas y siempre tiene que estar del lado de uno, ¿no? Y acá se te arriman todos los equipos. Bueno, Gantul la verdad que tuvo un último chukker buenísimo, el nuestro no fue tan bueno, sí en el transcurso del partido pudimos jugar al juego nuestro, pero después se te terminan viniendo. Es lo que pasa. Habíamos tenido un buen partido contra UAE, el primero de la Copa de Oro, y bueno, se nos escapó. Tuve la posibilidad yo de meter un gol para empatar, faltando 3 minutos. No pude y automáticamente meten otro gol para allá, pero como te digo, está cada vez más lindo y más competitivo.
So Ali Omiri. Lovely play. Broke away well. For this one here, Felix put his head down, said, I'm going to goal, and put it away nicely. Felix Essay. And here, this is a nice goal, this was. Very well worked. You see the Hareche getting onto it. Hareche made the pass up to Kaku. Kaku out there to Hareche, running forward as he does best. And through the goals it is. And this in here, capitalising on that one there. Little backhand there by Pablo. Laborde didn't think he had the right to come in onto that one there, but it gave enough opportunity for Kaku to put it away. And here again, Ali Almeri comes in, couldn't get hold of it. Belly shot there by Juan Hareche from the near side. He had a belly shot earlier on, actually. That one here now. Hareche up onto it. Just a lovely little weighted pass there by Juan Hareche. And we come here now. You can see Kaku's gone a little bit past the goal here, actually, you see. Thinking the next shot went, oh no, we're going to have to go belly as well. But he put it away and executed that one perfectly, did Kaku Raja. And now we come here with Laborde coming through, got past one, got past two. You see, he brought the ball out to Almiri, then came back in for our Polo line viewers, and that there was Antonio saving it off the line right at the end there, and Solari comes in and it leaves it there for Tolly just to finish off. And here Bautista getting away there from Gonza. A lot of work to do there when you got the big man hunting you down. And here, coming forward up onto it, Tolly Ujo comes through. They had to work for this one hard. Comes forward, comes off the pony, but in there to finish it off is Solari. Making sure it's through those goals before peeling off. And this one here, Solari got away out there in front. Gave him a backhand originally from Tolly, then Bauti fizzed that one up and put that one up forward nicely there for Solari. And up here now. Reverse neck shot there by Antonio. And it is Gonza up onto this here now. Puts that one away well. Took the man from a difficult position and put it nicely through. So up onto there. Bauti tries to get up onto that one there, but couldn't quite get to it back in time. And that was from Gonzalito Pierres. And here, got hooked off out of it. That's the shot from just previous there. It was another one from Gonza, rather. Unfortunately for Bauti. Progressing through the goals. And here we go once again. Gonza off on the break here now. Gonza up the field he comes. Over the 30, over the 40, over the 20. And just shadows that one through the goals.
We come back from the halftime break with the innovative play of the match. Mayo Clinic breakthrough moment.
Finds Kaku, places it perfectly, and looks to try and send this up here now for Pablo, who's just struggling a little bit, it looks like, and getting onto it here is going to be Hareche. Lovely, classy play there by one Hareche Kaku Raja. Making it 7 goals it is to Gantut now. So welcome back now here, ladies and gentlemen, to our Polo Line viewers. Welcome back. And we're about to get the second half of this match underway with the score being 5-3 in favour of the UAE and 2 more chukkers left to play. And, of course, we'd like to say a big good afternoon there to Rafi Ahmed, who's out there watching, I believe, from Brunei. So the two teams just lining up here. And we also have Paramita Sina. Best of luck to Habtoor, Nita Hosh. And also Saki Usman. And so the two teams looking to line up here now to get these last 2 chukkers underway here. To see who's going to go through and who's going to go for penalty shootout. Tomorrow morning. So Tolly giving a bit of encouragement. The ball's into play. Stopped there by Salva. Goes under the neck with it. Puts it forward, but Tolly's out there to pick it up. Tolly goes to the backhand. Looking set out now for Balti to come on to. Going back to him, though, is Salva. Balti brings it forward. Tolly comes back in behind. Looking to come back onto it there. Coming onto it is Tolly on his stick side, and he sends it forward, but he gets stopped. Manages to pick it up once again. Does Yushoa coming in between the players. But it gets spoiled display there, but it's picked up now by Balti. Balti pings out and out forward here now, looking for Mohamed Habtoor. Mohamed Habtoor coming up onto the play. In comes Torre Guitar to try and get the hook in, and through the goal it is for Mohamed Habtoor. Making it 4 goals it is now for Habtoor. 5 for UAE. You can see on the replay there, the ball gets sent up nicely for Mohamed. Torre Guitar comes in, but Mohamed had got himself well positioned with a beautiful pass, and up forward it goes, and finished off nicely for the 4th goal for Habtoor. So the two teams just lining up here now with Mohamed Ongenev. In through the line, out it comes. Out the back there for Lukin. Lukin Monteverde. Lukin out there on Maryland. Sends it backhand. Picked up now by Torre Guitar, but taken away there by Bajuga. Bajuga goes near side, goes to the backhand, gives that ball a nice ride up, out, and over the top of the traffic. Mohamed looking to try and come onto this one here near side. As he does, picks that one up in front of Lukin, goes forward, now picks it up here, does Yushoa. Yushoa up onto the play. Yushoa gets hooked off out of it. It's now left for Solari. Solari just tries to send that ball forward and puts it straight into the back of the pony. So have a look at the replay here now. And he comes forward and just drills that straight in the back of Narlonov. Lukins. Simpatica for Her Highness. Gemma out here for Rochi. I think we'll have a little look at Balti and he's back on the fade. And so it looks like a ball's being dropped down on the halfway line. So let's have a look at this replay here now. And so it will be Salva Harechi to bring this one in here now. Oh, no. The umpire's just having a chat with a few of the players there. And so, Salva to bring this into play. comes up to this, gives that ball a monster ride up the field, comes down on the 60, it's the 40, it's the 30, and it's going to be Bautista to flick that one away from the danger zone, but unfortunately couldn't quite pick it up and clear it from the back line, so we have a corner, ladies and gentlemen, out over the back line from a defended player. Better than a goal, though, but it's going to be dropped down when the ball went out of play. On the 60-yard line, Salva Hereche gets himself a bit closer here now, about 90 yards, but pretty much. So, Hereche here. Looking to widen that gap again. Comes in onto it, gives that ball a skyward ride, but gone out towards the right-hand side. So the ball will be placed on the back line for Bautista Bujuga to bring into play for Habtoor. Bujuga up onto the play. Bujuga goes under the neck for Tolly. Tolly looking to pick it up on the picnic area side. Coming across to him is Toriguitar. Tolly, Bauti comes in behind. Goes forward up onto this here now. Waited pass out there for Solari. Being pursued by Lukin. Solari comes up past. Gets a nice little play show and go up past Salvador. He goes and forward up towards the goal. He looks over his shoulder. Salva trying to get back to him. He flicks this one in but couldn't quite. And Salva flicks that one away from the back line. And next onto it is going to be Lukin. Lukin checks, turns, comes back inside of the players here now. Toriguitar coming in behind as he gets pushed and bumped and ridden off out of it. Leaves the ball there for Toriguitar, and Toriguitar goes hard under the neck here now looking for Salva. But it's in there for Bauti. Sends the backhand. The backhand, though, going to be picked up here. And we get a whistle on the play. Let's have a look at the replay here. You see the backhand comes in and you got a red player sort of across it and Solari and Lukin coming down, and Lukin's also looking for he's going to ride under me as well. So a couple of players are quickly changed and the umpires are picking the ball up here now. And so let's see where they're going to go with this one here now. And so the ball's been placed down for a 5B. And the ball's placed down from the halfway position here now for the UAE. And Salva Hereche once more. Hereche circling round. Comes up to this, sends that ball up forward here now. Looking for it is Toriguitar, but first onto it will be Tolly near side, but he couldn't quite pick that one up cleanly, but he's dustling for the ball as he gets a little bit of a nudge. And we get a whistle on the play. So let's have a look at the replay here now as he picks it up on his near side, comes over and just gets caught behind the saddle possibly. So the ball's placed down here. For a penalty 5 in favour of Habtoor Polo. It looks like actually Tolly's going to change ponies. Maybe his pony just got trodden on in that. And so Marco will be there just to check it out. The veterinary surgeon for Habtoor Polo. We're on about the 4-minute mark, so a few of the players changing. McKean's already changed. Rochi's changed. So we can see there down at the scoreboard end where Habtoor are ensconced. And so it'll be Bautista here now to bring it in for Habtoor. Brings it up forward. Tolly darts one way, goes the other way. They're playing it classic. He goes one way, comes back this way. Nice little neck shot there by Bautista. Always very strong with those out here. towards us here at Polo line with Salva in there. Looks to come inside Salva on this here now. Salva just has to yield. Goes on the move. Leaves it for Bautista. Bautista sends that ball up forward here now. Up to the front door it is. Looking for Solari. But first back onto it will be Torreguitar. Torreguitar gets a bit of a bump and shove as he takes the man to look up. The ball comes round onto his other side and flicks and gets on the inside of it. But we get a whistle on that play. Let's have a look on the replay here now. You see Solari working hard on him here, and he just gets the hook, comes back in behind him, but was he clean? But and so to bring it back in here now for the UAE will be Haurici. Haurici sends the ball out here now for Lukin to come on to. Lukin on the play. Got to send that forward. Puts on the near side of Bouty. Sends a good backhand in towards the middle of the field. Solari stays aboard, but it's picked up here now by Salva. Salva comes forward with Solari. Solari gets the better of that one there. Checks up, but in round the front there comes Salvador. And we get a whistle on the play. Let's have a look on the replay here now. You see he comes forward on it. Salva meets him there, comes back, comes round, tries to steal it. I think he was possibly at right angles to the line on that one there. If you look at the replay. And people in glass houses. So it is Bautista to bring it into play. Bauti brings that ball in here now. Bautista sends that ball up forward, up the front door there, looking for Solari, but he's kept off out of that play. Mohamed gets onto this one here now. Mohamed takes it up there for Solari, but as he does, he just impedes the white shirt of Salvador Haurici. Let's have a look on the replay here. See, coming forward, Mohamed wants a bit of it. He flicks it forward, and you see Solari's reaching back for that play, it looked like, from here. And so we have a spot penalty here in favour of UAE. Picked up by Mohamed. Just pulls that ball forward from behind. And so it will be Salvador Haurici. 5 falls the score here in Chaka number 4. With Salva. Brings it in, goes under the neck, out there for Torreguitar to come onto. Torreguitar on his stick side, gets hooked off out of it by Tolly, flicks that one away. Lukin couldn't get onto it, tries to get back round, the backhand comes in, but it's stopped there by Lukin and quickly picked up here by Salvador Haurici. Haurici comes forward once again. Haurici looking to get up, going forward, but oh, hello, we get another whistle on the play. And so we get a technical there on the Habtoor player. And so the penalty's going to get moved up for a short one here now. For a penalty 2 in favour of UAE. So it is Torreguitar. Salva Haurici to come round up onto the play once again. Salva. Comes up, drops the mallet down, puts it away. Goal, stamps goal number 6 on the board there for the UAE. Back to their 2-goal margin. And just under 2.5 minutes left to play in Chaka number 4. And so back to the middle of the field it is. Ball bowled into play, stuck at the 2s, comes off to Pony. First to surface with it will be Tolly. Tolly Ujoa for Habtoor with Lukin in hot pursuit. He's got Solari in there behind him. Turns, comes back round, tries to come round the traffic, does so. Ujoa comes forward once more, but we get a whistle. And it looks like we're going to go forward on this one here now. So you see on the replay there as he comes round. And so, ladies and gentlemen, again, the boys have got to keep their lips buttoned. A little bit too much telling the umpires how to do their job. And what they'll end up doing is one the same as the other just previously. So, therefore, we have another penalty too, but this time it's in favour of Habtoor. Yes, it's tight. Yes, it's tense. Yes, it's important. But respect must be given. And so Bautista here now for the penalty too. Bautista comes up, drops the mallet down, flags aloft, closing the gap again to 1 goal. The difference it is 5 goals to 6. That's 2 goals being given here now for being lippy. And so the players come back to the middle of the field here now. Ball back into play. Out the line, out it comes. Torregital looking for that one there as he goes forward. Bajuga, but it's looking to come up with the spoils here now, and going with him there is Solari. Goes to keep this ball short and tries to get back onto it himself. Checks up. Solari working hard on him, but keeps possession well there. Does Lukin. Lukin. Ball gets flicked forward. Solari has to yield. Lukin comes back onto it once again. Lukin on the play here now. Lukin gets a good ride off there from Tolly. Ball skews out. And who's first round onto it? Jauretche going forward here now. Jauretche and Bautista tries to get onto it. Tries to play the little cut shot. It's left. Solari looking to clear it. Avoids the hook and sends it away from the danger zone. Up the field it goes here now. And first try and get onto this one is Bautista. But ridden off out of it there. Couldn't get onto it. Lukin picks it up here now and faces back towards goal. He has to drag that ball forward, but it goes behind the pony. The backhand doesn't quite come off there for Solari, but it allows Lukin back in once again. Lukin on the play here now. Lukin looks to try and play the shot in towards the goal, and we get a whistle on that play. Starting to play with a little bit of the head here now. Oh, hello. We've got more whistles going off as well. Dear, oh dear, Timothy. You might be sitting on the sideline for a cup of tea if you're not careful. Keep it buttoned, boys. So, yes, Yusua picks up another Amarilla. And so the ball's placed down here for a penalty too. These are the last 3 penalties being given. Well, actually, the previous 2 are due to lippiness. And then we have a penalty 2 in favour of UAE. It'll be interesting how the umpires continue this. If it's a re-hit or a 5B, let's see. So, coming up onto it, he drives, he shoots, and he's played it wide. However, he gets a re-hit because of the yellow card after the foul. So he gets another bite of the cherry. So he could have had a 5B, but instead he get a throw in if he converts it. And this time he puts it away and drills it home well. 7 goals to 5 is the score in the favour of the UAE. And so we'll come back to a roll-in now, rather than a 5B. So a little bit of discipline needs to be regained by both of these teams. But understandable, there's pressure on. So ball back into play. Into play it is. Coming off it here now. Solari wants it, so did Bouty, but it's left here. Tolly's trying to work hard onto that one there. Pushing onto it there is Salva. Salva comes through, but Salva tries to make the swing on the play and collects a player. And the hooter goes right there. So I think they might call that chucker, but it's copped him on his arm. Of course, you see there Salva sympathising with him because he's had exactly that himself just earlier. So a good bit of sportsmanship there. He goes for the swing to drag the ball forward. Let's have a look on the replay. You see he comes forward, through with it, goes over it. The player is behind, but he's swinging back to pick the ball up from behind and clouts poor old Solari. Or poor young Solari, should we say. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that there will end chucker number 4. With the score being 5 goals, it is to Habtoor, 7 to the UAE. As the umpires discuss this one, and whilst the players change, we'll go to a few messages and adverts from Polo Line. There's the backhand. This is one of the last ones there with Kaku coming in on the meet. Put that one away. Redeeming himself there. Oh, there's a great goal there. Super goal there by Tomasito. Had to get round the man, controlling the middle of the field. Not an easy job, especially when it's someone of the calibre of Kaku, and he managed to do so. Reverse neck shot there. Couldn't pick it up. Good, Tomasito, but actually that one he was told just to leave it there by Fedi, who had a clearer play at it and put that one away nicely. And coming up through here now was Juan Jauretche, puts that one in from a distance. Great goal there by Juan Jauretche. And this one here, that was a cut shot there by Alfie. Ali Amiri's in the goal, but there's nothing you could do with that one there. And here we go, coming up here. You see, we've got Potowski gone forward as well, but they left that one free and just... So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You see on screen the UAE coming back out in the field. And Habtoor already ready, awaiting, wanting to get this underway at the end of chukker number 1. It was 2-1 in favour of the UAE. 3-1 after chukker number 2. 5-3. 2 goals apiece there scored in chukker number 3. In chukker number 4, 2 goals apiece again. 5 goals to 7. Going into chukker number 5. With a Heiner starting out on Pichelli. Looking possibly on Mafioso, Gringa for Rocci. Mohamed due to be out there on Macho, and I see that he is. And Shivi again here now for Bautista. We'll just go for the replay here of that last play for our Polo Line viewers as Jauretche is trying to come through. He's reaching back for it. And it looks like they believed he was reaching back for it. The player was already there. And more right to the ball rather than going for the big old swing back. And it is going to be Bautista to bring it in for Habtoor. Goes for the shot here and pings that ball up forward outside towards the left. Tolly's got a long way round to get onto this one here. But it looks like that ball's going to trickle out over the back line. It is. And it beats them all to the play over the back line. And so... on the back line, the ball will be placed here for Jauretche to bring into play. Or should we say just inside the back line for Jauretche to play. Brings it forward, up there to Solari. Nice little sweeping play out there for Torre-Guitar. Torre-Guitar out here now. Being shadowed there by Bautista. In comes Lukin, in behind, goes by himself. Tolly's awaiting, goes with a flick shot. Lovely little play there. Once again by Torre-Guitar. Torre-Guitar coming strongly forward here there. Plays a nice play up in towards the play. Mohamed and Ahines trying to get onto it. Ahines keeps him off out of it. Torre-Guitar comes on. He's a little bit to the left. Goes with the flick. The flick is in and the flick is good. So another on the board there for Rocci Torre-Guitar, making it goal number 8 for the UAE. So fed to him there nicely by Salva. Goes all the way himself. He's got a very clever little flick play where he just taps it once and then gets a bit more onto it and just drops the hammer down on the pony and off he goes. Some nice little squirty horses has Torre-Guitar. And so, just waiting for the goalpost to be re-erected. And so there it is. Back up again. Of course, made out of polystyrene, thankfully. With a dowling in the bottom, so they can actually snap off rather than collecting a player full tilt. So, ball into play, out it comes. Salva wanting this one here now. Gives that ball a ride up the field. Solari going back with him here now. He's hoofed that so far. It's gone out to the left-hand side by a mile. Solari keeps him off out of it and allows Bautista to go over to pick it up. But showing him there is Torre once again. Torre looking to put the pressure on Bautista here now. Bauti comes forward. Bauti tries to send that one up the middle. He heard a bit of cane, but it looks like Mohamed's going to try and come onto it, but he can't because you've got Lukin coming in. The pressure's put on there by Solari as Lukin takes it deeper down into his own territory here now. Has Solari coming there with him. Solari comes in behind, and as he does, you can see that the whistle goes as Lukin's just pulling him in. Just looks over his shoulder and just pulls him into that one there. Doesn't go with the tap again, just goes with the swing. So pulled him in onto that play. So the ball's dropped down here now for a penalty. Showing a bit of nous out there is Lukin, and it's been brought in here by Salvador. Just checks on the pony, then gives that ball a monster thump up the field. It's coming down with snow on it, and down it comes. And the first though on here will be Tolija. Little backhand there for Bauti, but he has to go back and pick it up. It was a little bit too delicate. And Bauti on the play. Bauti comes underneath the neck with this here and trying to get onto it on the near side will be Solari. Does so, but not enough. And it's now picked up here by Ulloa. Ulloa onto this play. Ulloa being hunted down by Lukin. Lukin keeps his eye on the spoils and comes away with the play and keeps the ball himself. Goes to the backhand. He hears the scream of Ori coming in from Rochi Torreguitar out towards the middle of the field. And Torreguitar, he's unleashed and he's on the loose again here on Gringa. But hunting him down there is Bautista trying to get the work in onto him here. Sorry, it's Solari covering the ground well. He's near side again. He's got a bit straight. Gone stick side. No. Torreguitar's on fire out here this afternoon. 9 goals it is for UAE. 5 for Habtoor. You see on the replay there, just managed to still reach out far enough in front and gives a good old fist punch there. Does Torreguitar. It came from the call for the backhand from Lukin. It's always an option, but a good option it was. As players quickly scramble to change, we end up with a whistle being blown as about halfway through. I think the temperature has dropped a bit. It certainly has, sitting up in the commentator stand. The umpires will just wait. And you see Calarina back out here now for Torreguitar, a little grey. Mohamed back onto Cicatriz. So, ball into play it goes. Out the line, out it comes. Bautista picks this up here now. Bauti coming forward. He's got Lukin hunting him down. He's got a man in front. The ball gets left behind, sent forward there by Solari. Came off a pony, couldn't get back onto it, but back onto it and quickly round there. It is going to be, and it just comes off the pony there for Salva. Coming onto it is going to be Tolly. Tolly comes in and just pulls Lukin in there. Flicks it forward and then raises his hand for the backhand. If he's a player or not, it's a different matter, but he was there doing it. You can see he comes in, taps it forward. Lukin's coming through from behind, pulled him in onto it. Whistle. And so we get a spot penalty here in favour of Habtoor. For Bautista. 4 goals the difference it is, and 3:22 left to play here now. Puts that one out over there for Tolly to come off on, but Salva's picked it up and pulled it away on his near side. Looking for something there was Yeshom. The whistle goes. So the umpires might have just deemed there wasn't enough time after he played it on the near side to go across with the ball. If the player's coming down the line, you have to allow him to clear the line before crossing over. I'm dead on the line, so couldn't see any distance, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty 2 here now in favour of UE. Of Habtoor. For Bautista. But play's not called. So Bauti comes round again. Bauti comes up, drives, shoots, sends that one away through the goals. It is, flags aloft. 3 goals is the margin now. It's 6 goals to 9 in favour of the UAE. So back to the middle of the field. You notice Little Mera Calarina, she does hang her head a little bit, nose to the right, but Doesn't seem to worry her when she's playing. Doesn't seem to bother Tori Guitar too much. And coming off in here now, it looks like it's Lukeen. Lukeen's trying to get it. Solari's in there. So Salva, but coming back onto it once again is Lukeen. Lukeen being worked on hard. Tries to get the backhand, but it looks like he's going to be picked up here now by Tori Guitar. Tori Guitar. Here's the open backhand call. The backhand comes. Who's first round onto it? Looking to flatten up onto it. Can't. Can Salva. Tori's in there and sends the backhand out here now for Solari. Solari on the play. Solari couldn't quite pick that one up forward or dig it out from underneath his opponent. The backhand comes in. It's picked up there by Salva. In there with Ulloa. Flicks it round nicely, but in doing so, Bouty sends the backhand and unleashes Mohamed Habtoor. Mohamed going goal bound here now. Mohamed Habtoor scurrying back there. Lukini tries to get to it, but Mohamed flicks that one underneath the neck and through the goal it is. 7 goals to Habtoor. 9 for UAE. There you see. Good quick passing play there. Started with the backhand once again. So, in the line-out, ball back into play. Stopped there by Salva. Salva comes forward. He's on the move here once again, putting Habtoor on the back foot. It's Salva, comes back inside, gets past Solari. Here's the flick, sees the flicking pass and whizzes that one up now to Her Highness, who's got herself free onto it here, onto the stick side. Gets that one in towards the goal under pressure, and it's just gone wide. Goes with the California backhand there. Does Lukey, but just falls short of the goal and goes wide. So the clock is ticking and ticking and talking. It is, and it's going to be Bautista to bring it in from the Villa end. Players call. Bautista. He's got players run up forward. He needs to lean into it, and lean into it he does, and sends it out here now for Ulloa. Ulloa on the play, going back with him is Salva. Pings it up forward once again, looking to get back onto his own play, but it's going to be shut down here now by Salva. Salva comes in, near side backhand, stopped the play, but it's picked up here by Tori Guitar. Tori Guitar once again. Tori Guitar pings that one up forward once again. But first to get onto this one here now is going to be Bautista. Bautista on the play. Bauti had plenty of time on that line, leaving Rochi Tori Guitar only a near side play. And it comes forward once again, has to scurry out the way here in front of Ulloa. And the backhand comes in by Salva. And up to get up onto this one here is Highness. Couldn't quite collect it. And then comes Bautista once again. He's turned and back onto the play once again. Bauti looks up towards the goal. And just sees that one go as the clock is ticking down for a consolation attempt there in towards the goal. But to the left-hand side it goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Hooters gone. And we have our final score here this afternoon. It is 9 goals to the UAE, 7 for Habtoor. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you see the camp there of UAE with Lucas Monteverde, with Billy, and also Betty Lou just gone off shot. The players congratulate and thank each other, of course. And their umpires as well. A good game, ladies and gentlemen. Chucker by chucker. 1-2 at the end of favour chucker number 1. UAE in control all the way through by the chucker scores. 1-3 at the end of chucker number 2. 3-5 at the end of chucker number 3. 5-7 at the end of chucker number 4. 7-9 after chucker number 5. Being the final score with UAE 9, Habtoor 7. And now we'll go to some of the best goals for our viewers on Polo line. Oh, Tori Guitar at the end there, just running rabid. He gets his nose down and hunts towards goal, and just there's no stopping him. And this one up here now coming forward, you see. Again, Tori Guitar flicking that inside the goalpost. Got to be MVP for me, but let's see what they decide. And then sends that one up once again here. Mohamed goes in, finishes that one off well. A couple of goals for Mohamed today. A couple of good goals in the last couple of chuckers. And then, coming on to that one there, Mohamed clears out the way, allowing, once again, Lukeen to come in and cuts that one through. And here once more, Lukeen hunting down, but couldn't quite get to Solari in time and just played with a lovely neck shot through the goal. And they're just clearing the man out the way and enough room here. Flicks it in and finishing it out, or tried to finish that one off. Didn't quite get the goal. And that was a lovely saving play there. And then the play continued on up the field, but coming round back onto it here now. It's Torgetar again. Finds his slot, finds his groove, and through the goal once more. And there we have Mohamed Habtoor. I think it is towards the end of the match here now. Finishes that one off nicely. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there we are with Vet giving the boys a big hug. The physio, Petit Lou, Her Highness, saying thank you very much to Billy, been her stalwart for many years. And Petit Lou, a very elated camp, not having to go out for penalty shootout in the morning, having had a couple of wins. I'm sure he's not feeling his arm too much, but he will do a little bit later when the actual adrenaline slows down. Will Salvador, and there you have our statistics with Habtoor 7, UE 9. Field goals 3-6. Throw-ins 10-6. Habtoor controlling that a little bit more, but fouls 14-13. A lot of fouls, but not much difference between the two by both sides. 4 from 5 from the penalties, 3 from 6 there for the UAE. Could have done with a few more. Had a couple of yellow cards, and we did have a corner, but that one unfortunately also went wide as well. So 2 yellow cards in that one. Too much chirping. I think UAE were quite lucky to get away with not getting one as well. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's our first game. We look forward to you tuning in 20 minutes' time, say, for our second game out here this afternoon, which will be Bangash versus Chihingiri. And so for myself, Adam Snowden and Polo Line, we look forward to seeing you in 20 minutes.